We need to give a little care to some of our plants in our greenhouse today. We need to up pot a few plants, we need to plant a few seeds, and we're gonna mix up some soil to get these things going. All right, these guys are looking fantastic. We've got our lettuce here we started a little while back, and that's looking really good. We're gonna up pot that today. We've got our onions growing here, and they're started out real nice. We are going to put these on a different shelf today. There is a little bit of algae on there. It gets a little humid inside that greenhouse there without having a fan in there. Sometimes it does develop some algae on top of the seed starts. So that's what we're doing. All right, now let me pull out the other tray. Oopsies. All right, this here we planted I think 2 weeks ago. We've got broccoli here on the ends, which most of this came up pretty well. We had bell peppers here. I had 2 rows of Reaper peppers, and I didn't get as good a germination on these peppers as I liked. So what I think we're gonna do is pull some of this stuff out and up pot it, and then we are going to replant some more peppers in here. I need to get a few more seeds going today. I've got one more bag of the Jiffy seed starting mix, which we used in this tray right here. It worked out really good. I don't want to pay a whole bunch of money. This was like, I think $9 a bag. There's 12 quarts in that bag, so you don't get very much seed starting mix for the money. So I'm gonna make my own today, and I'm gonna make it with stuff that I had here. I did not go out and buy a whole bunch of specific things for this. What I have is a half a bag of Miracle-Gro potting mix and about a half a cube of the Spangum peat moss. So we're gonna combine that, and I also have some dirt from our garden here left over from the peppers that we overwintered that didn't fare so well that we tore out last time. So we're gonna mix this together in this tub, get some water in it, and we're gonna use that for our up potting and our seed starting mix. And I do have some fertilizer here, which is actually just fish fertilizer, fish emulsion. I'm gonna put some of the fish fertilizer on the up potted plants. But let's get going here. We got a lot to do. I want to get mixing this stuff. We have many other things to get done around the homestead, so I want to make sure that we are on task. We don't have as much time as we'd like to spend right now. It's starting to get warmer. We got to get these guys going because a lot of this stuff is going to be able to get out into the garden and into the dirt sooner than what I'm expecting. So let's get motivated. We got our seed start mixture all mixed up here. I would say it's about 50% peat moss, 25% of the potting mix, and maybe 25% of the dirt from the garden. It's really sandy soil from the garden, so I'm using it as like a sand almost. So we're gonna start up potting here. I wanna get these couple lettuce plants over here up potted first, and then we're gonna work on this broccoli, get all this going, and then we are gonna get our other shelf lit up and going with our onions on it, with our up potted other seeds, and then we're gonna start planting some new stuff too, because we gotta get this stuff going. We're already into March right now. I would like to be planting within the next 6 weeks for some of this stuff, for some of our cold tolerant crops. We need to get outside here pretty quick. So we gotta get them started. So the whole idea with the lettuce that I have planted here is to not put it out in the garden, but to actually have this for fresh eating in the house. I had hoped I had a couple more going here, but we were gonna use this as a cut and come again lettuce. We're gonna plant this into a little bit bigger pot, let him stretch his legs a little bit, and that guy's not too far away from getting his first snipping, but that sure does look good, doesn't it? This here is a Salanova lettuce, and then this is just a green leaf lettuce here, which this is looking good as well. Basically, we proved that we could start our lettuce indoors in the winter and get some for fresh eating. And I think I'm going to expand this project, hopefully starting right now into the future, because we eat a lot of salads around here and this stuff is amazing. If you guys have never had Salanova lettuce, I highly recommend you guys give it a shot because it is great. I know these look like big pots, but that's kind of my intent, is I want to make sure that these have plenty of room to grow. We've already got all these roots coming all the way out the bottom of that smaller pot right now. All right, next up we've got ourselves some more Walla Walla onions here that we're gonna get started. I've already got my 2 planters out here, just like I have over there. Just starting these in a little succession, and we're gonna just scatter these on top and bulk plant these. I'm just taking a whole packet and putting 1 packet per container. If you guys want to see one of my other seed starting videos for onions, check out last year's video. I'll link it down below in the show notes. It's got some very valuable information as to how to plant your onions from seed and get them just spectacular by the summer. You can take a little bit of this seed start here, just a little bit on top. Nothing crazy. And I've got just a little bit of vermiculite here. I'm going to put on the top. Perfect. Now these are going to go into our greenhouse here. When we have our other starts down here on the heat mat, the heat mat's going. I wanted this to be a little bit warmer than the ambient temperature out here in this room right now. So this is usually stays about 75 degrees in here all day long. We're gonna up pot this broccoli next, and I think I got enough containers here. Just got our mix that we just mixed up. I'm just up potting these guys. There's a couple of them here that had 2 per cell, so we're just gonna split them. The peat moss that I used in the soil there was had been in the barn for a really long time, so that stuff was dried out terrible. And I got it very moist. I think we'll be just fine, but it left a film of dust all over this room. That's okay. That's what this room is for, is a little bit of dirt in it. We got all of our broccoli up potted. We ended up with 24 broccoli plants, which is great, but I don't know if it's enough. We eat a lot of broccoli. I don't know, what do you guys think? You guys think 24 broccoli plants is enough? I think this is about what we had last year, and we ate all of it by about 3 months ago. It was gone. So I think I might actually start a few more just to make sure that we do not run out this year. So we got these into just some flats here. I'm gonna put these up underneath the lights, and we gotta look at these. We gotta look at these real quick. I love having some green things actually outside of the greenhouses and on the lights, and that means to me that it's growing season and it's about time to get outside and get in the garden. But first, we need to look at these peppers. So I'm kind of disappointed. These are my 2 rows of Reaper peppers here. I should have had 12 plants in there, and I only have 6 that germinated. The rest of these here and the rest of these here are green peppers, and I did not have good germination on those either. So what I think I'm gonna do, I got 2 options. I can either pull these here, up pot them, put them up on the shelf, or I can replant and put them back on the heat mat and maybe hope something else pops. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments what you guys would do in this situation right here. They almost look too small to up pot. I hate disturbing them when they're that small. I'm gonna try to decide what I want to do with those peppers, but right now I'm gonna start up another flat. I have some other stuff I need to get started in here. This is some good soil. All right, in this seed flat, I'm gonna start out with some cauliflower. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of cauliflower this year, but I do want a couple. My problem with cauliflower is when it's growing, I get it to grow really well. And then in the garden, I'm thinking I'm gonna get a, grocery store size head of cauliflower, which they get big. But if you don't pick them early enough, they get bugged out. They bleach out in the sun and the bugs get to them. So this year, I'm gonna try one more time, and I'm gonna try to pick them a little bit smaller. They look beautiful when they're about the size of a cantaloupe. If you let them go too long, the leaves start coming back on them, and the heads get really, really orange, and the sun gets them, the bugs get into them. It's no good. So this year I vowed to pick my cauliflower early. In these next 2 rows, I've got some cabbage, and I almost have the same problem with cabbage that I do with my cauliflower. I let it go too long, and then it gets buggy and no good. So this year, along with my cauliflower, my cabbage I have also vowed to pick early. Just a little bit smaller. It doesn't need to be showroom quality, but we're gonna get these guys picked a little bit sooner and hopefully enjoy all summer long. Next up, I'm gonna try some Brussels sprouts. I've never grown Brussels sprouts before. It's something that we wanted to try this year. Every year, Candace and I try to grow something that we've never grown before. And last year it was celery, and our celery didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. I think it was just a different variety that we might like better. So we may try a different variety of celery next year, actually this year. But this year is our trial run for Brussels sprouts. If you guys got any tips of growing Brussels sprouts, throw them in the comments down below, because this is a first time for us. I don't know too many people around here that's grown them. So let me know. Let me know what works best for you guys and what I may be able to implement around here for our Brussels sprouts this year. I'm gonna fill the remaining tray with broccoli and some jalapeno peppers. So I'm gonna do 18 of each. And if this is too many, I will give some of these away. We don't typically sell seed starts here, but I do give some away here and there, just extras. I know I've got 2 seeds going into some of these holes, and I will just thin these out if needed. I'm gonna spread just a little bit of vermiculite on this. We are gonna get this new tray on the heat mat. Just like that. Now, we still have to do something with this tray here. I think I got an idea. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave these guys in here for a little bit longer, but I'm gonna replant the outside rows where I just pulled all the broccoli plants out of and up potted. I'm gonna put some more green peppers in here. And I think what I'm gonna do also is the spots that did not germinate, I will put another seed in, and we're gonna put these guys back in the greenhouse and try to get them to start up for us. So I just got a little pen here. I'm not gonna do anything in the row of the Carolina Reapers here. We're gonna leave those alone. I'm just gonna make a little indentation anywhere where there's no seed already for the green peppers. And we'll just replant those and let them go for a little bit. We'll see what happens. If it takes too long, I'll pull what did germinate here and up pot those. There was just a lot of seeds that didn't germinate. It kind of surprised me. I usually have better luck with that than I did this year, but that's okay. That's why we got the extra seeds, right? So I was gonna get cute and put other seeds in here, but I am not. I am just going to put this whole flat of green peppers. Now that's obviously a lot of green peppers, right? But these I think I'll probably end up giving away. Not all of them obviously, but we'll give some of these guys away. I would say we probably plant 20 or so green peppers anyways each year. So this is not too uncommon for us. We're just gonna try to cover up these guys just a fuzz. We're gonna give these guys a good spritz, get them all nice and wetted down. And we're gonna get them back in the greenhouse. We got our lettuce up potted, I got my broccoli up potted, I got my onions down on the lower shelf down here, and we've got a whole new flat of starts going here. We've got more onions going here, and we filled in our peppers up here. That's a whole lot. I was really happy to get some of this stuff up potted right now. We've got a little bit of time yet before we can get them in the ground, but the weather is breaking around here, and right now I'm waiting for the buckets to thaw out on our maple trees. It's got some sap in them. I think we got a boil coming up here real soon. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. I will catch you soon outside boiling some beautiful maple syrup. Let me know what you guys have got going on in your garden. Have you started seeds yet? Are you just thinking about starting seeds? Are you planting out in the garden? Some people are direct sowing right now. So let me know down in the comments below.